Hello. Don't know who the sole viewer is. I hope the audio is okay. For me, the game does feel a tad loud. So last time we came here to the ancestral mound, and we got ourselves a new ability with a projectile, a pretty strong projectile at that. Um, and really, we didn't progress as far in the game as one, I guess, could in that time period. Um, oh, and usually, Cornifer leaves notes whenever he's done mapping. If you didn't buy a map in the zone when he was still in it, and you find a note, that means the map is ready to go by up in the Dirtmouth. You know what? I think I'll say victory lap, but I don't have every power up yet. But first, I will go up to Dirtmouth before going to the next area, which is this way. If you try to go to that area before the game lets you, there is an enemy. That enemy, the big, I think it's called the Balder, the big one that shows you that they use to tutorialize the Soul Blast, would be blocking the way. So you couldn't progress until you get your projectile. Dang, not what I meant to do. There we go.
Patmos, Gio.
Rancid eggs don't really have their use. Well, not yet, not for a while. But a mask shard, yeah, this definitely is worthwhile. My understanding of Hallownest can be a little vague, but below those leafy caverns is a fungal grove, once home to peaceful creatures not quite bug and not quite plant. Sounds almost worth a visit, no? Well, there's a downside. The dreadful stench, noxious odor fills the place. So, Elderbug has different dialogue as you progress the story. Basically, he's your hint system.
Bapanada.
Bapanada. And now I'm broke. Gathering Swarm, and so here's a fun fact. You can be Overcharmed. Not a good idea in this run, because what Overcharmed does is you get to wear one extra charm above the notches, above whatever amount of notches you have, but you take double damage while you're Overcharmed. And in a deathless run, that just sounds like a bad idea. So you see, Gathering Swarm, that's what it does. Helps you pick up the stragglers of money. I know there's like, I think like 1 or 2 grubs I can still grab. Those enemies are a good source of money. I wonder if the mining NPC has different dialogue now that I have the attack. Oh, hello again. Are you still running about? Why not join me down here? There's plenty of wealth in these rocks for anyone willing to put a bit of work in. Those crystals out there... Oh, this is the same dialogue as before. She doesn't really say anything new. Oh, see, that's another use of gathering a swarm. If stuff falls into spikes, the flies of the swarm will get it. Does something happen to that dude later in the game? I won't say for now. But if you've played something like these sort of games and you have a bad feeling, well, it is Dark Souls inspired, so... Oh, didn't see that one there. And technically we need a dash, but we need a oh. Who needs a dash, I say, as the fucking bottle is immune to being black. But, don't worry, I got a plan. Hello, friend. No! I'm gonna give it 2 more tries. Two more tries, I say, as I get hit by the basic enemy. So that enemy, the Vengefly, their AI is basically as soon as they start chasing you, they won't stop, like until you kill them. There we go. Who needs a double jump where you can just bait an enemy? And I believe... Okay, there is a few more spots to visit. Let me inspect. Is that as zoomed in as it can get? I guess so. So I know that area near the boss arena, we can't do that yet. But I do see at least one place that should be accessible. Oh, I should have gone the upper path. There's a geo deposit. And I believe this way is a dead end. But I'd like to have it on my map anyway. Yep, it is in fact a dead end. I've always wondered if those are like statues or actual dead bugs. Probably statues, considering how they crumble. You never know with these types of games. This way. No, I didn't explore this spot. Can't do anything with that yet. Until much later. Yeah, I know this room. Bada bing, bada boom. So, in terms of like powering up and how important a grub is, you don't need to get all of them, but you do need a big number of them because one of the things you can get from the Grub Father is materials for weapons upgrades. Whoa! Oh, that would have been a run ender if I got hit another time. Glad I didn't. Might as well grab the Geo I saw up here. There's no way I can pogo through there. Which is fine. You got a charm beyond that way. It's a charm. And the grub's body is gone. Yet the armor remains. It could be safe and have gone to save. Little guy's walking animation. It's so simple. There's like a distinct lack of oomph in the best way. Is how I describe it. He's just strutting along. And now we have a few grubs saved. They're very cute. Oh, hell yeah. No! That could be worse. There's worse rooms to fall in this game. Specifically the Abyss. Hello, Baldur. Goodbye. So, Gathering Swarm is useful for picking stuff out of spikes, but the acid water is an exception. Because, you know, it's acid. Nice. Oh. I was like, what killed him? And then I fell into the acid myself. I love the subtle parallaxing to give stuff depth like that. Oh. And as you see, Gathering Swarm helps you gather so much money. Yeah. And even though we don't have the map for this area yet, if you have the quill already, by the time you do get a map, it will be filled out anyway. Oh, and if you're a completionist looking to fill out the Hunter's Journal, oh, they flew away. A power-up later that lets you dash, and your projectiles are the best way to kill those enemies in particular. What's over here? Nothing. Hello. Ah. I try to turn around because I think it's a trick where you can use a knockback of your spells to sequence break there. Now we got mosquito enemies. So I'm gonna boast and say that mosquitoes, like, don't bite me, really. I have the blood type. They, no, it's not damage. Damage boosting is when you take damage on purpose to get through an area using iframes. The sequence break you can do there is that when you use your projectile, it knocks back ever so slight, like it has knockback to it. Like the knight will move backwards a little bit. So I believe you're supposed to charge up all 3 of your spells, and then you can use use that to get up on that platform. These are one of my favorite things to do. Very brutal. Oh, I forgot to read his line. Dang. This sure is different from the crossroads. Very humid. I've done my best to chart the area ahead, though I must admit some of the area's inhabitants proved quite a nuisance. I ran into another traveler as I made my way down here. I tried to call out to her as she dashed past, but she barely even glanced in my direction. Not an appreciator of maps like you and I, obviously. So for a while, I thought you needed the double jump or the dash to proceed there, but no, there's just this secret tunnel, and that's how you get back rubs. No need for power-ups later. And not that you really need this shortcut, but it exists, I guess. Rumbles so much for this game in fun ways. So I remember a lot of first-time players probably think to run away from this guy, but no, he's an NPC. I'm gonna take a sip of water for this guy, because I know I can feel it in my throat if I try to voice him as he sounds. Here goes. Tiny Squib, you approach fearless. Are you a hunter like me? Do you feel the urge inside to stalk, to kill, to understand? Then take it, my journal. It will aid you. At first the text may seem difficult to discern, but a learned hunter will come to understand its words. Venture the depths of this land and slay its beast. Prove yourself worthy to bear the mark of hunter. Take in the hunter's journal. Little Squib, you may have overcome a few creatures, but you are only just beginning. Don't delay. Descend into the belly of this world and hunt down the life you find. Oh, same dialogue. So, journal. Yep. As you see here, defeat 20 more to decipher the hunter's notes. So for some of these, it does imply, oh, you got rematches with some bosses. I got so many husks. Oh, I'm not that many away from these two. False Knight. Elder Balder. Yeah, I was right with them calling Balder. Moss Creep, Mosskin, Volatile Mosskin, Fool Eater, Squit, Mask Fly, and then, so yeah, this implies we had to fight the Brooding Malek way later, considering when we get this entry. And this is just here for us. In normal mode, you die, you leave a ghost. In this mode, you die, you're booted to the title screen, and you have to delete your save. So, you do get the Hunter's Journal for the Shade. Voicing the Hunter didn't really affect my throat as much as I thought it would. Hello, Grub. Oh! Goodbye. Oh no, there's a bench nearby. I don't need to waste soul. So we can go further down right now, and there is a boss fight that we can do. But beyond that boss fight, you still need other power-ups to really do much of anything. So exploring, I wouldn't say south, because it's literally down, so exploring downward isn't worth it until you're powered up later. So I guess I can show here more or less what I meant. So you can see there, I did move a little bit backward. That's more or less a trick. You need to sequence break that ledge earlier. But I don't really have the skill to do that. Nor do I really care to, because I like exploring. I don't care about doing this game speedily. This is a game I play to vibe. Alright, that enemy is way more annoying when you don't have soul. A single soul blast is enough to kill it in one hit once you uncover it from its leaves. Like so. Can't do anything about that glowing thing, but it's, in the end, that's not something super worthwhile. But it is of note. And I believe this way... Can we do something this way? I haven't... You know, it's been so long since I actually checked the routing. Oh yeah, that's what's stopping us from proceeding. Oh! Well, I was almost the fool who was eaten. So can't go that way. And I believe... What was this way? Oh, it's this. Yeah, we can't do this until much later. What we can do is... Oh! Surprisingly, we can kill this enemy. The Duranda. Oh, what's this? From moss and leaf our life is drawn. While it grows upon the path, we shall never wilt. Oh, I think I misread that. From moss and leaf our life is drawn. While it grows upon the path, we shall never wilt. Okay, yeah. What's this way? Oh, one of these. You can hit these totems for some soul. And that's not the way forward, it's this way, where the mysterious NPC that... This game has been out long enough, and because people know our Silk Song's coming out, I guess I can't... Well, it's Hornet. Can't be shy about the character's name, even though it should be a mystery to a new player, but alas, marketing. Alas, pits and holes. And I wonder how... This place must be super humid. Because, it's largely moss. You know. Although in real life I haven't really had encounters with moss. I don't live in an environment... I don't really live anywhere near to where you'd find moss. I'd be flabbergasted if I found moss in the middle of the desert. Yeah, we're more or less on track. Oh, hey, look, I have I have one of the funny numbers for money. Oh, secret door. Moss feels like wet carpet. That honestly sounds cool, because I've washed carpets and then like felt what it was like barefoot. It's an interesting feeling. Sadly, our carpet washer isn't that good anymore. Because like the thing where you put water in, it leaks. And, you know, carpet washers aren't cheap. So I know there do be secrets this way. Is that largely money? We sure do have a lot of money now. Oh, this is not the path I thought it was. So that's the way back. Bye. It feels so disrespectful to just kill an enemy almost instantly with that move. Just bye. Be gone. Is this the hole I was thinking of? I should heal. Part of me wishes some enemies did like that thing, like in Donkey Kong Country when you get hit. You know what I mean? Like how enemies and the Kongs have like single frames for when you get hit. And I think... yeah, I can't do anything here. Yeah, because the game freeze frames anyway when you get hit. I mean, it makes sense, since unlike Donkey Kong, a lot of the enemies are actively attacking you, not just walking into you. So, like, it'd be weird if the enemy's attack animation is already, like, charging at you. But if the enemy's attack animation is just floating around or something, I don't know. Didn't know I can break that lantern. Alright, let's check the Mapperino. Couldn't do anything down there. Alright, so I almost basically have the whole area as it is accessible right now mapped out. So. Oh! Hello. Oh, I think that means we've already had Life Seed before this. The greater mind once dreamed of leaf and cast these caverns so. In every bush and every vine, the mind of Un reveals itself to us. Sorry, I was putting on my glasses. No! Ooh, time for the music to get real spicy. But only briefly. I believe this is the way forward. Indeed it is. Okay, so that path to the right is what I was thinking of. So if we look at the bigger map, we're more or less almost at the surface level with how high up we are. So it's a neat touch that stuff is starting to look like that surface level. Really? Yep, don't have a map for this area. So, can do some interesting stuff here. Dangerous, interesting stuff. Oh, I see. Could do interesting stuff here. If you have the right power up. But I don't yet. There it is. If there's ever if there's any curiosity as to why the upper right icon doesn't match my Twitch profile, that's my PSN profile picture, or well, avatar. Because you know you can get avatars off the store or the games you've played. So one time I was playing this game in front of my mom and I asked her, hey, should I save this guy? And she's like, no, he looks kinda mean or something. Se ve feo. That's what she said. But I'm gonna save him anyway. Come on. There we go. Quick kill. Not a required fight, by the way. I'm gonna get a sip of water. Just what do you think you're doing? You dare to come between me and my prey? Is it a habit of yours to scurry about, getting in the way and causing bother? Know this, cur. I am Zoth the Mighty, a knight of great renown. Cross me again and you'll find out why they call my weapon Life Ender. What are you still bothering me for? I am a knight. I'm not interested in your childish games. I need my rest. Begone, lest I draw my nail.
You don't.
I hate him. And usually, for the sake of another character, I do kill him. Oh. The green children walked from the dream unto these lands. Here we now shall wait, patient for the call to return. And I hear a grub nearby. And I believe there's another grub this way, or it's mine. Come on, I want the other one to wake up. There we go. There we go. Swimming in Geo. And then, yeah, that's the if we try to come into this room earlier through here, you wouldn't be able to because we needed that platform. So as I said, it's like Dark Souls. You progress. Sometimes you find shortcuts. So there is a boss fight that way. But first, I do want to take care of this. My, this place is much changed since I last saw it. The greenery grows so wild the stations like to be consumed by it. Eager to travel to Stagways, just hop onto the platform. Give me the signal and we'll soon be on our way. So I am eager to travel, but what's the routing here? Okay, I know what I'm gonna do after. Come no closer, ghost. I've seen you, creeping through the undergrowth, stalking me. This old kingdom, a terrible thing awakens. I can smell it in the air. I know what you are. I know what you'd try to do. I can't allow it. Taken the Mothwing Cloak. Finally, the dash. Oh, I feel so good to have it. Would it seek to break the seals? They cannot be undone. They must be undone. Let us sleep, little shadow. Return to your darkness. Allow us our peace. Oh. Anyway, when I first got the game, I don't remember what even motivated me to buy the game. I think I was seeing boss fights, and I know for a fact Hornet's boss fight was one of the big reasons I wanted to get the game and check it out for myself. And I know for sure this would be one of my favorite games as soon as I got to Green Path. It's just really pretty. Lake of Un. So this guy will not attack you unless you attack first. And I like leaving him alone. Oh, hello there. Seems we both tread far from the path. I can hardly believe those dusty old highways led to such a lush and lively place. This building suggests some form of worship. This building suggests some form of worship, though its idol has clearly been for long forgotten. Doubles equally well for a moment's respite. I saw a strange fellow out there. He seemed quite taken by the lake. I'd planned to offer greetings, though figured I'd first tend to my nail on chance our meeting goes poorly. Your nail looks a fine instrument, but it's showing signs of wear. I'd wager up there would take you far. Down here, however, I suspect you'll soon meet dangers the surface world can't match. Hallownest is perfect for vigilant explorers like us. So tense and thrilling. In this place, you're either alert or you're dead. Anyway, when he refers to our nail, it is in fact just called the old nail. It's all cracked and stuff. Vengeful Spirit. We already completed one mask. Don't have that. We got the Mothling Cloak, Map and Quill, and the City Crest. So that is basically all that's accessible of Greenpath that we've explored. Almost all. Now that we have the dash, I know at least two things open up for us worth getting. So I know originally in like the beta of the game, they originally had a plan for a backdash of all things. Which I guess, well, reminds me of Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Unfortunately, Castlevania Symphony of the Night is not a game I like. It is a very pretty game, and is worth playing, I'd say, exactly once. Though, I'm not sure if I'm the best person to comment on Castlevania. Haven't played any of the DS ones, which I hear are really good. And I hope somehow they get ported. But I guess porting a DS game would be harder than a Game Boy game. Those games are good, though. Never finished Circle of the Moon, but did start it, and I have beaten Aria of Sorrow, which is really good. Oh. Oh. The DS games are unique in that each one has exclusive mechanics to each game, aside from minor details. Yeah, like I know, what's it called? Bloodstained Ritual of the Night is basically Order of Ecclesia 2 in terms of gameplay. I know Portrait of Ruin has the whole dual character, and Dawn of Sorrow is just an evolution of Aria of Sorrow's mechanics. I'm assuming, based on the fact that it's a sequel. Portrait of Ruin is the one that interests me most, honestly. And I can emulate on my phone. It's just, I don't know, I don't like playing on my phone. Like... Oh, so it's a I'm guessing it's a sequel for the fact, like... See, the thing about sequel games, especially ones across different devices, that's the polite thing to do. Recap what happened last time. And sometimes games don't do that. Like Kingdom Hearts, where Kingdom Hearts, infamously between Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, had a Game Boy game. And a lot of people thought that Game Boy game would be irrelevant to the lore, but chronologically was between the two games, and the second game made no damn sense without playing the Game Boy game. And it's just like, yikes, don't do that, man. I knew Soma was young, but didn't know he was that young. Well, that's a legal adult, but that's like... Compared to your average, like... Compared to, like, your average Castlevania protagonist who's, like, very much an adult, that's just kind of funky. "18, baby." Well, I'm not much older than 18, but to me, I've come to understand that you're still very much very young when you're 18. Okay, but Maria doesn't really count in terms of me talking about protagonist. Like, she's a playable character, but she's not like the main character of Rondo of Blood. Man, I hope... Did y'all see that little, like, glitching little round thing as I was healing? Not that it matters, but it was funky. Oh. They sound like a person who doesn't want to wake up in the morning. Oh, you respawn. Without the music. Rip. Fortunately, you're a good source of money. Oh, I didn't go over the charm I got. Thorns of Agony. You get hit, you get a counter attack. Pretty useful for chipping. And then John Morris is like, in a way, that makes Portrait of Ruin indirectly, I think, a sequel to the Dracula novel, because I think the whole Morris thing, that's a reference to the Dracula novel, right? The Dracula novel's funny. Tumblr really liked it for a while because there was a blog. There was like a it was like... It wasn't a blog, but there was this website a lot of people were liking that was, So the Dracula novel is written like a diary. And so a lot of people on Tumblr found this website that was really fun because it was only posting each chapter in real time, like based on like the diary entries of the novel, like chronologically. Anyway, this room. 1, 2, 3. That's one Balder dead. Gonna wait for this one. Boop, boop. Doot. Doot, doot, doot. Doot, doot, doot. And now to be sad, I think. Let's check out the journal. It's rolls into a ball. As they age, these creatures become too heavy and lumpy to roll around freely. Instead, they curl up and hide from the world. What do they think of in there, wrapped up inside of themselves? More carefree times, perhaps. So, sad fact, we just hunted a species to extinction. Bloodlines takes place during yet near the end of World War I. Portrait of Ruin takes place directly after World War II. Also, yes, that is a big oof. And I think technically that's all that matters from this area. I know there's another, like... I know there's something else here, I think, but I don't recall 100%. I hear a baby boy, but I think I need the wall jump for that. Alrighty, so I'm not ending stream if you're curious as to why I hit quit. Useful trick. useful trick for this game is that since quitting saves your progress, this doubles as a teleport. Because when you load your save, you're back. Ah, oh, fuck! I saved all the way back here. Either way, it's okay. Because it saves everything you explored and picked up. See, we got the journal entry. We got the both charms. Balder Shell. It's circumstantially useful. It protects you while you're healing. I'll take the Thorns of Agony, since it's what I can afford. So I believe that is finally everything we can get now in a Green Path. I don't actually know off the top of my head. It's not like I have a walkthrough open. I just happen to know this game very, very well. Because one time I was yearning to have it on the go with a Switch. Because I was like, but I already own it on PS4. Do I want to spend that money? And then a certain special someone bought me the game anyway. And then when I replayed Hollow Knight on the Switch, I accidentally... so the game, progression-wise, you can get more than 100%. 100% counts for collecting a number of items equal to the number of items present in the game's launch. But since the game's launch, there has been 4 DLCs, 4 free update DLCs, which was Something Dreams, Grim Troop, Lifeblood, and the Boss Rush one. And those count towards your completion. But yeah, when I replayed, I accidentally got... like, I finished the game, and I checked the guide to see what I've missed, and it's like... I missed, like, all but 2 things. And they were, like, really minor things, too. Also, Bloodlines introduces one of my favorite weapons that isn't the Vampire Killer, which is the Alucard Spear. And you can also get access to it in Portrait of Ruin. Cool. Yeah, I've decided, I think Castlevania in general isn't really my... It's not my cup of tea. I feel sorry to say. Like, I did enjoy the ones I've played, but they're not games that give me the urge to replay exactly. Like, I already expressed my disdain for Symphony of the Night. Because I can see why Symphony of the Night is beloved. It looks cool, it plays well, but, oh man, that map, I believe in the game design video I heard it called the Critical Path, and Symphony of the Night's map just kind of sucks. Like, aside from ignoring the inversed castle, even. The game takes you up and down way too often for, like, the required path. And then some areas are just plain unfun to traverse, even when fully powered up. Like, I don't know, I did like, Dracula X Chronicles. Order of Ecclesia is the outlier in terms of, like... How is it an outlier? Like, in terms of... Oh, never mind, I remember, because Order of Ecclesia... Yeah, now I'm remembering. Order of Ecclesia is, like, multiple maps, but they're smaller, right? Instead of one big one. Which I like. Metroid Dread kinda does that. Although I wouldn't say Metroid Dread does that. Metroid Dread kind of does what Hollow Knight does, where all these areas are, like, distinctly separated. Except Metroid Dread has, like, elevators and, Like, Metroid Dread has really distinct loading screens that make the areas feel separated. Boop. Boop. I haven't finished Metroid Prime 3, but Prime 3 is also pretty, it's like a series of planets instead of a one big one. And, I believe we can get a power-up here. Technically. I hope. Because to actually see, we need... Where am I wrong? I am wrong. We can't do anything here yet. I wonder what makes this cave darker than the other caves. Portrait of Ruin has the Mario 64 feel because paintings into other worlds. That's what I've heard. I believe this is technically a boss arena, but the boss itself is pretty optional. I think. I don't exactly remember. Oh, yeah, it is. And I believe yet again... Let me double check though. There we go. Ooh, a secret. I believe we're close to affording the power-up that actually lets us do stuff in that one area. Boop. Boop. Da, 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 na, na, na. Oh! That sure was an unfortunate series of events, but I hope it doesn't bite me in the ass. But it probably will. I think we can do stuff here. No, 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 no. Okay, I remember, we can't go further left. That only gets us money. And you know what? Instead of manually going to the right, I'm gonna use that whole trick I explained. No, wrong file. Wrong file. Aria of Sorrow is like Symphony of the Night, but the fat gets trimmed. What do you mean? Oh, I see. I was thinking that too, and I was like, do you mean the whole, like, endgame? But I wouldn't really say it's the same. Okay, I like Aria of Sorrow, but I will discredit it in the fact that, yes, there are hints to getting the true ending. Doesn't change the fact that getting that true ending is kind of bullshit. It means less convoluted than Symphony of the Night's true ending, that's for sure. The Fog Canyon. And I believe we can't do anything. If you're ballsy. Yep, can't do anything there. Harmony of Dissonance. That's the second Game Boy one where they were like, oops, gotta make it saturated and now the game looks ugly. No! Oh man, the counterattack is a bad thing to wear in this area. And you do need to kill those for the Hunter's Journal, but I'm not doing the Hunter's Journal. Not 100% anyway. Like, there are, like, they do become safer to kill towards the end game. Hindsight is 2020. I think your phone auto-corrected. I know there's something I want to access here. Towards the left of this area as a whole. Oh. Be right back. Hello, I'm back.
Oh, Bakura Fineldo.
Hello there, dearie. I was about to close up shop and run till you came along. I provide a banking service if you're interested. Losing one's geo is a terrible thing, and it's so much more likely if you carry it about on yourself. My vault is much more secure. In all my time as a banker, I've never lost a single geo. Maybe you'd consider opening an account? Not right now.
Bada.
I understand. It's difficult to part with hard-won geo. I'll be here if you change your mind. At a later point, you do want to give her all your money. Oh, hello. Isn't this something? I'd not expected to discover such a huge stag station after that foggy descent. The bugs of Hallownest must have been an impressive lot, building such grand structures so far into these wilds. Seems the dangerous creatures about haven't yet made their way in here. It's the perfect place for a quick rest. Can you imagine this place in its time? Hordes of bugs traveling about the kingdom, stag bells ringing, stations bustling with activity and life. Now only our like even know it exists. That's a special thing, I suppose, to cherish these sights, even in the decay. Is it that, just faintly, you can still hear the echo of the bells? Hello, item I can't get yet. This guy would be a giraffe weevil. Well, that's the closest match, because real weevils don't... It doesn't have the face of a weevil, but it has the neck of one. Oh, come in search of treats, have you? I chanced upon a unique little fungus growing right above us. I found it only on this station, and the taste is just divine. This place must once have been quite the hub. Built at the border between two lands, the misty drop to one side and those bulbous growths another. Neither place seems particularly welcome, so while my little treats last, I think I'll stay right here. So, I'll be ending the stream right here. It was fun to play while, I don't know when I'll stream again, but it was fun to stream. So, see you guys next stream.